Britain has been wrestling with the issue of small boat crossings for years now. I've got the perfect solution if Rishi's got the balls to do it. Cross-channel migration needs to be stopped. It's dangerous for the people doing it, it funds criminal gangs, and it adds to the migration burden, with net migration set to top 1 million this year. I don't know where people are going to park. People are gaming our generous asylum system to come and stay here and jumping the queue in front of people who follow the rules. And many of them are culturally distant, with attitudes to women, LGBTQ people and religion that don't mesh with a Western liberal democracy. So we see grooming gangs and de facto blasphemy laws. The Manchester Arena bomber was rescued from Libya by the Royal Navy. The Liverpool maternity hospital bomber was an asylum seeker. While most illegal migrants are just regular men looking for a better life, you don't need many bad ones to have a big problem. And for all the talk of seeking asylum, cross-channel migrants aren't fleeing war, they're fleeing France. France isn't perfect. There's snooty customer service, dog poo on the pavement and terrible rock music, but it's not a war-torn hellhole. So even though it's difficult and unpleasant to do, the issue does need to be tackled. The Rwanda plan attempts to do this. A similar plan successfully reduced illegal boats to 0 in Australia. But some people have taken the opportunity to virtue signal, saying we should have open borders. The Archbishop of Canterbury says it's morally unacceptable. The unelected King Charles called the plan appalling. Thousands of pious Guardian-reading lefties make the same sanctimonious pronouncements on Twitter every day. But these people are free from the consequences of illegal migration. King Charles is surrounded by armed men and doesn't need to worry about house prices or getting a doctor's appointment. Justin Welby resides at Lambeth Palace, which has high walls and tight security. Middle-class Guardian readers live in leafy suburbs, far removed from the deprived communities where migrants are housed. Yesterday, historians, including the great Al Murray, signed a letter saying that refugees shouldn't be housed at RAF Scampton, home of the dam busters. They say it'll be damaging to the airfield. I'm sorry, but if plonking hundreds of illegal migrants on a concrete military facility damages it, what do you think happens to Britain's sleepy towns and villages when their population is tripled overnight with hundreds of fighting-age men from culturally distant lands? In Britain, you can't build a shed in your garden without spending months getting planning permission and consent from the neighbours. But if the government can move 1,500 asylum seekers into Linton-on-Ouse without checking on anyone, it's nuts. So I'm proposing this. We have the technology, using Experian, to identify people's political opinions right down to the household level. So let's house cross-channel migrants in the communities that ask for them. Rishi should set up the porta cabins in leafy, well-heeled boroughs next to latte-sipping Corbynistas. The Prime Minister should commandeer Clarence House and Lambeth Palace and place 100 undocumented migrants in each one. Let the chattering classes live with the consequences of their opinions. When they do, perhaps they'll agree something actually does need to be done.